All right. So here we go, part two. Um, so this one, a little tougher. So two friends. I'm not going to try to say the first name. Um, we'll call them S and R. So S and R sold organic chapsticks at the local market. S sold her chapsticks for $4. R sold hers for $3. In the first hour, their total combined sales were $20. If S sold X chapsticks and R sold Y chapsticks, the following equation could be formed. In the first hour, the friends sold a total of six between them. Find the number of chapsticks. Find the number of chapsticks each friend sold during this time by forming a second equation and solve them simultaneously graphically. Whoa, 5 marks. That is insane. So, okay. Um, First thing, you want to be able to graph the first one. And why this is worth so much is it's just particularly hard, particularly rearranging this or graphing this. Um, so let's do it. Okay. So when you graph these things, you want it in terms of y is equal to mx plus c. So I want to rearrange that. I want to rearrange this up here. So we've got 4x plus 3y is equal to 20. Um, then I want to get this 4x over this side. And how we do that, I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So I've got 3y is equal to 20 minus 4x. And then I've got to get the 3 on it, get rid of the 3. So divide everything by 3. All right. And then that gives us y is equal to 20 over 3 and 4x over 3. Now we've got to graph this, and this is probably a really hard one, I think. But once you can use your calculator to do this, or you can use a table of values. Okay, so this is what I'll be doing. I'll be using a table of values, x and y. I'm going to start at 0. Normally I'd start at -2. There's no point to start at -2 this time, because x is representing the number of chapsticks sold. So you can't sell negative chapsticks. So we'll start with 0. And we're going to go back to our calculator again. Might move to the other side. And it's handy just to, when you do something like this, just to leave the work in there. So we're going to say 20, the equation in there, 20 over 3 minus 4 lots of 0. I should put my fraction in first. 4 lots of 0. And I will put in brackets. Do I need to? No. Just a good reminder for me what I'm actually doing. And we'll hit equals. So 20 over 3, 6.666. So we'll put as 6.6 repeater. And then all we're going to do is go back and change these things. So I'm going to use my back button and just change that to a 1. 16 over 3, 5.3. Now I'm hoping one of these is going to be a nice one. I think it's going to be when we get to 3, I think. Do it as 2. Oh, there it is. There's 1. So put that in there as 4. So if that's the case, I don't think 3 is going to do what I thought. But we'll check. 3, 8 over 3. Nah. So 2.6 repeater. And then we'll do again. Well, nice, easy number. And I'll show you why. And it won't be this one, it'll be the next one. Because this has the same pattern, if you haven't noticed it. So 1.3, and I'll extend it out just for 5, because I think I'm going to get a nice number there. and 5 and 0. Cool. Okay. So 5 and 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I'm graphing this, I'm going to pick these 2 points, this one and this one. And I'm going to use those to help me to graph it, because the other ones, the 0.6s and 0.7s, are really hard to draw. You can estimate it, which is fine, but I'm more interested in being a little bit more precise. And 2, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Use a ruler. Don't forget, take a ruler with you. You'll need one. All right. So I've got that one. So that's fine. Oops, I'll give him a ruler. Okay, now the second equation is probably where the other one, which we have to draw. In the first hour, the friends sold a total of 6. So what you need to say is, because they told you S is X and R is Y, the total, so plus, is equal to 6. So, and then I've got to rearrange it back into this form. How we do that? Moving the X over in the same fashion. So I'll minus X from both sides. So I've got Y is equal to 6 minus X. And 6 minus X is a lot easier to draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll probably do it in a different color pen just because it is. Now, I'm not going to do table of A's this time. Reason I'm not going to do it is I'm going to use the gradient. There's a 1 there. So what that gradient 1 just means that for every line, for every unit I go down 1, I go across 1. Okay. So, and you can check it by doing table of A's if you need to. But I know it's going to be there. Down 1 across 1 is going to be there. Down 1 across 1, it's going to be there. Down 1 across 1, it's going to be there. Down 1 across 1, it's going to be there. Down 1 across 1, it should be there. Again, we'll use a ruler. Okay. And we can see, even though I've drawn it really badly, that is where they crossed over. So here we go. So in the first step, so find the number of chapsticks each friend sold during this time by forming an equation. Okay, so what that's saying is, don't forget this person is SY. Where is it? Okay, so this is Raven, and this is S. So you still got to finish the question. So this answer here of 2, 4. Oops. Of 2, 4. So in this case, S sold 2 and R sold 4. Pretty tough, that one. 5 marks, and that's taken me like nearly 9 minutes to get through that. So that should take you about 10 minutes too, as well, to do that. So very good. Last one. I've got a few minutes. So I think we can do this one. Diver springs upwards from a diving board, then plunges in the water. The diver's height above the water as it varies with time, modeled by a quadratic function. Graphing software is used to do it. Explain how the graph could be used to determine the height above the. Explain how the graph could be used to determine how high above the height of the dive board the diver was when he reached the maximum height. Whoa. Okay. So what we want to know is this. Oh, that wasn't great. That's time, and this is height. So what we're really looking for in this case is time is 0. So t equals 0. T equals 0 is when this person's standing on the dive board and hasn't done anything yet. Interesting to see about this is when T equals 0, the height is equal to 8. So T equals 0, H equals 8. What that means is the height of the platform or the board. Height of diver at start, whatever you want to say. Height of diver at start equals 8 meters. Okay. Now looking above here, now it jumps up a little bit, goes up to a certain point. This is that point we're looking for. So what it's really asking you is we have to how the graph could be used. So we could say, I moved it again. It's really annoying. I'm going to say that's about 9.2, 9.3. Doesn't really matter what you say. Like you're guessing there. So you could say max height of diver was 9.2 meters. Start height was 8 meters. So 9.2 minus 8 equals 1.2 meters. Okay, and that's how, and you could have a little sentence at the end. Diver was approximately 1.2 meters above the board. You can say 0.3, 0.4. Don't go too crazy on it. It's only just above. But it's more on the process. Can you tell them about the time equal to 0 and the height of the board, and then have some sort of thing at the end to finish it off, which would be good. All right. So there you go. There's part 6 done, and I'm going to go do part 7. Hi, guys. See you soon.